Senator, who joins me now. So why do they want to cling to this pandemic so thoroughly, Dr. Paul?
Well, you know, Jesse, this may come as a surprise to you, but I'm not sure that Joe Biden is fully in charge of the government or fully in charge of his wits, for that matter. But the thing is that the response to this has always been about submission and control of the individual. These are the people who truly believe in the nanny state, whether it's your business they want to be in charge of or your health care. And they can't give it up. I mean, look, if you have been to Florida anytime in the last 2 years, the pandemic was over 2 years ago in Florida. It's still going on in the minds of Democrats, but it hasn't been on the ground for a long time. And they finally have gotten to the point where they're for ridiculous things. I mean, they would have your pets in masks if they could. I mean, if you went to the Kentucky Derby, they would have the horses wearing masks if they could. But people are done with these folks, and I hope they're done for good and we don't ever do this again. The mask did not change the trajectory of the disease at all. The stickers on the floor, they only made the people who made the stickers richer. They didn't do anything to the disease. And guess what? If you watch a virus fly around with a really fine microscope, they will go around plexiglass. Who knew? Who knew that the virus could fly around the plexiglass? So, no, these people, I compare their science and Dr. Fauci's advice to 14th century doctors, the plague doctors, that were trying to stop. You remember the ones that wore the really funny nose and they put smelly resins inside the nose to try to scare away the virus? Yeah. Dr. Fauci's science is not far removed from that. And when I ask him about basic immunology, and the fact that you get an immune response from having had the virus, he says, oh, yes, I wrote the chapter on immunology in 1942's edition of Internal Medicine. I said, well, reread the chapter. You used to believe in immunology. We showed him the clip from 2004 where he responds and says, if you've had the virus is as good as any vaccination or better. He used to believe that, and now he only wants us to submit. He wants to be in charge. If he can get one more hit on television, that's what he's looking for.
Real quick, you're running against a guy in Kentucky who seems pretty desperate. He had a news ad released against you. What's the game plan, Senator?
You know, if people want to see what I'm up against and what a lot of us are up against, they can go to randpaul.com. But this is a guy who thinks that we should defund the police and have reparations for slavery. And I just don't think that's going to be very popular in Kentucky.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Thank you so much, Senator Rand Paul, for joining Prime Time. The man who had a Big Mac